Oh, I feel so bad. I should have never tried to help nobody. From now on, I'm just gonna mind my own business. I really just thought she was funny, and I felt bad for her. And oh Jesus, now I see why these celebrities don't really communicate with people and just be like, leave them where they at. Because I don't know if I could do that, but that just made me think you gotta be hardcore like that. Just keep scrolling and don't give a. I be really giving a fuck about these people, like. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how this money do families, and I saw that, and that broke my heart, and I just was like, but now I'm like, shit, GloRilla don't give nobody shit. That crushed my heart, because I really was like, reaching out to people to try to be like, you know, girl, I don't make no money off Instagram. I don't know how they making money. I need to know. I don't make no money off Instagram. I didn't book no jobs for nobody. If I would have got anything for her, I would have sent it to her. I was trolling to run her followers up because I know the promo people, you get more money if you got more followers, and I wanted her to get some more money. So, you know what I'm saying? Now I don't care. If they don't get if somebody on here crying about something, I'm just gonna keep scrolling, honey. I learned a huge lesson today, okay? Mind your business or you're gonna be made an ass out of, okay? Just mind your own business. If you don't see it and you don't know them, oh well, too bad. I owe GloRilla a huge apology, girl. I'm so sorry. Cause you know I'm all about family. Take your family with you. Keep your friends. Keep your family. Like I get it now. I get it. It's impossible sometimes. I didn't use nobody's name for clout. I didn't need to use no page with 40,000 followers for clout. I was trying to run the page up for her. What the fuck was I gonna do with that? How was I gonna use her for clout? Like, come on, use your common sense. I made a whole post saying, you know, help your family, bring your family with you. Like, what the fuck can I get out of that?
Damn, I got all these dumb comments in here talking about something. She trying to help one of your followers up. How the fuck you trying to help one of my followers up when I was not notified about her being my manager? She trying to help one of my followers up. She's been told me shit about her being my manager. Y'all probably sent this whole deposit and all type of shit. Her and that Robert Owens. This hoe don't know what side of the fence she want to be on. First she want to be on my side, then she want to extort me. I ain't signed no contract. I ain't signed nothing with that. It said she was my manager. Like, and I'm really starting to see how messy she is. At first I thought she was Team Scar. I'm just scrolling on Facebook. I see somebody share a post talking about Karlissa went from being on my side to being my manager. So I'm like, man, that's AI. That's AI. That ain't shit. Because these folks just be lying. They be doing the AI. So I'm like, let me go on Instagram and make sure. I go to this regular page. It says what the girl put on Facebook and posted. She's supposed to be my manager. I must miss the memo. When did we agree to you being my manager? And, bro, God only knows how many people this done booked and got paid off of. And she trying to help me. And if any of y'all think that, y'all can really unfollow me.
The internet just clocked in for another shift at the drama factory. And today's headline looks like it was written by chaos itself. We're talking lawsuits, manager claims, family ties, and enough confusion to make a courtroom ask for subtitles. Because reports are flying that Karlissa is being sued by BroRilla, yes. GloRilla's sister overclaims that somebody said somebody was somebody's manager when somebody says they absolutely were not. Welcome to Legal Musical Chairs. This isn't regular internet mess. This is paperwork level mess. The kind of mess where phrases like false representation and who signed what start trending next to meme pages and reaction videos. One side says cap, the other side says court, and the audience says refresh the feed. Timelines are exploding, group chats are arguing, and armchair lawyers just got promoted to senior partners in the comment section law firm. Screenshots are being treated like sworn testimony. Old clips are being replayed like security footage. And everybody suddenly has a legal opinion and zero hesitation. This isn't gossip anymore. This is allegation season with receipts pending. And if even half of this is true, the fallout is going to be loud. The timeline didn't just get messy. It put on a suit and walked into legal territory. Because when the word suit starts floating around a celebrity adjacent situation, the energy changes instantly. This is no longer just clapbacks and livestream yelling. This is paperwork, claims, denials, and people suddenly Googling legal terms they can't spell. According to circulating reports and online chatter, BroRilla, known to fans as GloRilla's sister, is allegedly taking legal action tied to Karlissa over public manager role claims that are now being challenged hard. And the second those reports hit social media, the internet reacted like someone yelled plot twist in a crowded theater. Drama pages posted it, reaction channels amplified it. Comment sections turned into mock courtrooms with usernames like StreetLawyer90 to presenting emotional closing arguments in all caps. Nobody waited for official filings. They ran with headlines like they were carrying the Olympic torch of chaos, because nothing, and I mean nothing, makes the algorithm sit up straighter than celebrity drama mixed with legal words. The core of the storm centers around disputed manager claims. Online clips and posts circulated suggesting Karlissa publicly identified herself in a management capacity connected to BroRilla, and now that claim is being strongly rejected and allegedly challenged. That disagreement alone would be spicy. Add family ties, prior tensions, and internet spectators with Wi-Fi, now it's a full buffet. Viewers didn't ask for confirmation. They asked for sides. Within hours, old interviews, live stream snippets, and podcast clips were being pulled out like archived surveillance footage. People were time-stamping sentences, slowing down audio, zooming captions. Social media turned into a forensic lab run by caffeine and suspicion. Every phrase became evidence. Every tone became motive. And let's talk about how fast narratives form online. Version 1 said it was all misunderstanding. Version 2 said it was exaggeration. Version 3 said it was intentional. Version 4 said it was clout strategy. Version 5 said everybody involved is wrong and the real winner is the blog pages getting traffic. The story didn't just split, it cloned itself. Sarcasm levels hit maximum altitude, because the internet finds it hilarious and horrifying when titles get claimed that come with business authority attack. Head manager is not a casual label. Manager is paperwork, contracts, percentages, signatures, and late-night phone calls about bookings. You can't just put that title on like a Halloween costume and expect nobody to ask for documentation. That's when the phrase "show the contract" started appearing everywhere. Commenters began demanding receipts like auditors with profile pictures. Where's the proof? Who signed what? When did this start? Suddenly everybody became a contractual scholar. Half the timeline turned into Judge Judy with emojis. Reaction creators jumped in with cinematic seriousness, dramatic voiceovers, thunder sound effect intros. Titles like this backfired, and legal trouble, with question marks doing heavy legal lifting. Because if you add a question mark, apparently you can say anything and call it analysis. Supporters of Karlissa argued the statements were misinterpreted or taken out of context. Supporters of BroRilla argued that business titles are not freestyle lyrics. You don't improvise them publicly. Neutral viewers, the rare species, said, "The truth probably lives in the paperwork nobody has seen yet." Naturally, neutral viewers were ignored because moderation is terrible entertainment. Then came the secondary explosion, motive debates. People started asking why someone would claim a management role publicly if it wasn't formally established. Was it branding? Was it confusion? Was it shorthand language blown out of proportion? Or, according to the more dramatic corners of the internet, was it strategic association for credibility points? The speculation machine started printing theories like a broken copy machine. Memes rolled in right on schedule. Fake courtroom sketches. Edited movie posters titled Manager Wars. Mock contract templates with blank signature lines. The internet can turn any dispute into a comedy franchise within hours. It's both impressive and deeply unserious. But under the jokes, reputation stakes were rising. Because business role confusion isn't just embarrassing, it can be damaging in entertainment circles. Titles equal authority, access, and negotiation. Power, mislabeling that, intentionally or not, is like wearing a referee jersey and walking into a championship game. People are going to ask who assigned you. Live stream conversations added gasoline. Commentary personalities started hosting panel-style streams where everyone talked at once and nobody agreed on anything. Opinions stack like traffic. Some said lawsuits are just intimidation tactics. Others said legal threats mean the situation is deeper than viewers realize. A few said both things can be true at the same time. Those people were talked over. Old tensions between extended personalities in this drama ecosystem got pulled back into the spotlight too. Because the internet never discusses one conflict. It loads the entire franchise lore. Past disagreements resurface like sequel villains. Suddenly, this wasn't a dispute. It was the latest chapter. Engagement numbers climbed like they were chasing a world record. Searches spiked, clip compilations multiplied. Whether viewers believed the claims, doubted them, or just enjoyed the spectacle, they were watching. Attention is the one verdict. That arrives early. Another fascinating shift happened. Language got more careful from the main names involved. Posts became less explosive and more precise. That's always a tell. When wording tightens, it usually means someone said, "Hey, maybe don't freestyle this part." Because once legal talk enters the chat, screenshots become exhibits. And here's where tension really started to build. People began hinting that more information exists, but hasn't dropped yet. The most powerful sentence in online drama is not an accusation. It's more coming soon. That phrase alone can keep a controversy trending for 3 business days and a weekend. Viewers leaned in harder. Because uncertainty is addictive, mystery feeds engagement better than answers. If full documentation appears, the story stabilizes. If it doesn't, speculation runs marathons. Right now, what the public has is claims, denials, clips, and reactions, but not the full paperwork picture. And in business disputes, the paperwork is the plot twist. And just when you thought this situation would sit quietly in the corner wearing a legal tie and behaving responsibly, the internet kicked the door open and threw memes, hot takes, and conspiracy charts into the room. Because the second wave of this controversy didn't just grow, it mutated. What started as a disputed manager role claim turned into a full-scale narrative war with commentators, creators, and celebrity adjacent voices all grabbing microphones at once. This is where online drama stops being an incident and becomes an ecosystem. Reaction channels went from reporting to full theatrical production. You had creators speaking in documentary tones like they were narrating a financial crime series. You had others yelling like sports commentators during overtime. You had split-screen debates where nobody answered the question, but everybody answered loudly. The thumbnails alone looked like emotional emergencies. Meanwhile, social media lawyers, graduates of the University of Google, began posting thread-length breakdowns of what manager representation legally means. Words like misrepresentation, authority, and liability started trending next to reaction GIFs. Nothing is more internet than mixing legal vocabulary with popcorn emojis. Supporters on each side formed digital street teams. Karlissa defenders argued this was a wording issue blown into a lawsuit rumor hurricane. BroRilla supporters argued business titles are not casual nicknames, they're contractual territory. Neutral observers tried to say, "Let's wait for documents," which is the online equivalent of whispering during a rock concert. Then came the twist layer, third-party voices. Podcast hosts, livestream personalities, and industry orbiters started weighing in with what I heard and what I was told energy. Not sworn testimony, a vibe testimony. Cryptic posts appeared. Subtle shade captions, motivational quotes about truth. Coming out, nobody named names, which of course made everybody name names. Vague booking should be classified as a performance art. Fans started decoding indirect posts like ancient prophecy. That line is about this case. No, that emoji means that side. Entire arguments erupted over punctuation. A period became a plot device. Meme culture hit peak productivity. Fake contract templates circulated with joke clauses. Edited courtroom sketches appeared with exaggerated labels. Someone made a mock movie poster titled "The Manager Identity Crisis." The internet can turn a disputed job title into a comedy franchise before lunch. But under the humor, tension kept rising. Because reputation risk entered the chat wearing expensive shoes. In entertainment culture, perceived business rules equal perceived power. If audiences believe you claimed authority you didn't have, critics call it clout inflation. If audiences believe you're being falsely accused of claiming it, they call it smear strategy. Either way, image takes a hit just from being in the headline. Controversy is a smoke machine. Even if there's no fire, visibility drops. Engagement numbers went vertical. Searches spiked. Clip compilations multiplied like remixes. People weren't just watching updates, they were watching reactions. To updates about reactions, we are now 3 mirrors deep into reflection content. Live stream panels pushed the chaos further. Multi-guest streams turned into verbal traffic jams. Everyone talked. Nobody yielded. Opinions collided like shopping carts with rocket engines. Viewers picked winners based on confidence volume, not evidence weight. Then speculation season hit championship level. Anonymous accounts claimed insider knowledge. Paperwork exists. Paperwork doesn't exist. It was verbal. It was implied. It was symbolic. At this point, even the rumors were arguing with each other. No verification, maximum circulation. The rumor economy was booming. Pop culture comparisons started flying everywhere. Commentators compared the confusion to reality show contract. Disputes and rap industry handshake deals gone wrong. One viral post said the situation had more versions than a superhero reboot franchise. Another said the truth was playing hide and seek with the algorithm. Sarcasm reached luxury brand quality. Another shift quietly happened: tone monitoring. Viewers began studying how each person spoke about the situation rather than just what they said. Delivery became evidence. Calm meant confidence to some people and guilt to others. Passion meant honesty to some and overcompensation to others. Same tone, opposite interpretations. Perception is a choose-your-own adventure book. Online, the phrase "receipts coming" started trending. The 3 most powerful words in internet conflict. Because nothing keeps attention hooked like promise documentation. It's the cliffhanger strategy. Don't drop the proof, drop the trailer for the proof. Engagement stretches longer that way. Brand watchers also joined the conversation. Not fans, optics analysts, people who track how controversy affects collaboration potential and public trust curves. They weren't asking who's right. They were asking who looks stable. In public image math, stability beats volume every time. Another fascinating layer: motivation debates. Was this dispute about accuracy, ego, branding, leverage, or misunderstanding? Theories multiplied like tabs in a distracted browser. Some said it's personal. Others said it's strategic. A few said it's both wearing the same jacket. Audience fatigue tried to show up and got ignored. People posted, "I'm done with this story," and then wrote 3 more paragraphs about it. Outrage has the same exit strategy as a treadmill. Dramatic effort, no forward movement. And behind the noise, one truth became obvious. Nobody involved can fully control this narrative now. Once the internet adopts a story, it becomes community property with unauthorized edits. The audience is no longer watching the script. By now, the story didn't feel like a rumor anymore. It felt like a reputation stress test in real time. The lad phase burned through fast. The meme phase ran its marathon. Now came the heavyweight. Round consequences, credibility, and who walks away looking solid versus who walks away looking scrambled. Because once legal words enter a headline, the vibe changes. This isn't just messy, it's measurable. You could see the behavioral pivot almost instantly. Messaging from the main names involved, where it appeared, started sounding tighter, cleaner, more intentional. That's never an accident. That's what happens when someone says, "Every sentence from here forward might get screenshot, printed, and zoomed in by strangers with editing software." Impulse posting quietly left the building. Audience reaction also matured. The early crowd came for fireworks. The later crowd came for judgment. Viewers stopped asking what happened and started asking who looks believable. That's a different battlefield. Emotional volume wins the opening minutes. Consistency wins the replay review. Supporters of each side went into legacy defense mode, not just defending the moment, defending the entire character arc. Long posts appeared outlining why their chosen figure would never misrepresent a role or falsely accuse one. These weren't comments, they were character references disguised as captions. Critics did the opposite. They zoomed out and connected dots across timelines, interviews, and prior drama like investigative producers building a season finale. Old clips resurfaced again, but now framed as pattern evidence. Whether fair or unfair, once pattern talk begins, the story stops being isolated and starts being cumulative, and cumulative narratives are harder to shake. Industry watchers, the quiet category that rarely comments but always observes, started evaluating optics, not guilt, not innocence, optics. Who sounds stable? Who sounds reactive? Who sounds precise? In the business of public image, tone is currency and clarity is insurance. Another subtle shift rolled in collaboration speculation. Viewers began wondering whether public disputes like this affect future partnerships, appearances, or cosigns. Not because contracts vanish overnight, but because controversy adds friction, and friction makes opportunity walk slower. Mean production slowed, which is always a signal flare. Comedy thrives during confusion. It fades when stakes feel real. The joke engines didn't die, they idled. Because when paperwork and legal talk hover over a story, satire steps back half a pace and watches. Then came the prediction economy. Internet forecasters lined up like weather reporters before a storm. Some predicted official statements, others predicted private settlements, some predicted receipts drops, others predicted quiet fade-outs. Confidence levels were sky-high, accuracy pending. The internet loves predicting outcomes like it controls the script. But here's the layer most casual viewers miss. Public controversy rearranges private relationships first, headlines second. Conversations happen off-camera long before clarity appears on camera. Calls get made, boundaries get drawn, warnings get issued, advice gets delivered. None of that trends, but all of it matters. Audience perception split into two clean lanes. One lane saw justified pushback against disputed claims. The other saw overblown escalation fueled by internet amplification. Same story, two documentaries playing in parallel feeds. Algorithmic reality is personalized cinema. Engagement stayed strong, but the emotional tone shifted from outrage to evaluation. Less yelling, more verdict forming. That's the final stage of viral conflict, when the crowd stops reacting and starts deciding what they believe long-term, because moments are loud. Impressions are lasting, regardless of where the truth ultimately lands. This incident now becomes a reference point attached to every name involved. Future interviews may circle it, future critics may cite it, future supporters will contextualize it. Public memory doesn't store full stories, it stores headline labels. Some voices called for receipts and resolution, others called for silence and de-escalation. That debate, transparency versus restraint, is the eternal celebrity tug-of-war. Everyone demands clarity until clarity arrives with uncomfortable details. The most powerful force still active is curiosity. Not anger, curiosity. People want the documents, the confirmations, the contradictions, the closure. Unresolved disputes are engagement magnets. Mystery is algorithm fuel. And here's the uncomfortable truth about internet controversy. It almost never ends clean. It pauses, then resurfaces when a new clip, post, or statement drops. Digital drama is a sequel machine with unlimited funding. More context could appear. More clarification could land. More contradictions could surface. Every new piece of information has the power to flip the narrative scoreboard. That's why everyone is watching quietly now, not louder, but closer. Each person involved stands at a narrative crossroads. Escalate further, clarify publicly, resolve privately, go silent and let time cool it. Every choice writes a different future headline. Every delay sends a message. Every statement redraws perception lines, but control is already diluted because once the internet adopts a story, authorship becomes a group project with zero editing standards. if you made it through this legal-flavored chaos without your brain filing for emotional overtime. Congratulations! You are officially certified in Internet Drama Survival. We just watched a manager claim controversy turn into a headline hurricane, a meme festival, and a reputation obstacle course all at the same time. No background music. No commercial break, just pure timeline turbulence. Now it's your turn to enter the courtroom of comments. What's your verdict? Misunderstanding blown out of proportion, or title claim trouble that deserved pushback? Is this internet exaggeration, strategic escalation, or business confusion turned blockbuster? Drop your take below and don't whisper it. This comment section runs on bold opinions and strong keywords. If your viewpoint is spicy, even better, mild takes get scrolled past, hot takes get spotlighted. If you want more breakdowns that slice through celebrity chaos like a tax audit through mystery expenses, hit that like button like it ghosted your messages. Subscribe like the next scandal alert is oxygen. Turn on notifications like you're guarding the last charger in a crowded airport. Because over here, drama doesn't trickle, it floods. We don't just repeat headlines, we dissect the madness, decode the motives, and spotlight the fine print behind the noise. New controversies drop daily, reputations get stress-tested hourly, and the timeline never stays peaceful for long. Stay alert, stay skeptical, and keep your popcorn financially prepared because the next mess is already stretching before. Kickoff.fame, FLAWS, where celebrity shine meets spotlight truth.